So boys and girls, I have to tell you, I was so excited when I started reading what you had written about your favorite pet or your best pet for you and your reasons why you thought it was the best pet for you. I was very excited when I started reading through those because all of you drew illustrations to help me as a reader and you wrote your thinking and it was just so much fun to read. And one of the things that I noticed was that you used a word that's really helpful for when you're explaining your thinking. And the word that a lot of you used was because.
I used it.
Did you use that, Amelia? How many of you think you used that in your writing or you were planning to use that in your writing? Okay. That word because is really helpful, isn't it? Because you can tell more about your thinking. You can say, I like dogs because, and then you keep telling your reasons. You can tell more about your thinking. And what was also interesting was that you wrote it in lots of different ways. So let me show you some of the ways that I noticed in your writing. One of the ways that some of you wrote because was you just wrote the cause part, okay? Some of you wrote C-U-C, cuz. And you can hear those sounds, can't you? Some of you wrote C-U-S, cuz. And some people wrote because. And some people wrote because this way. So there were different ways that people wrote the word because they were listening for sounds. Now let me show you what the word because looks like, okay? I'm going to write it right here. Okay? That's how you're going to see it when you read it in a book. It looks like this. Because looks like this when you see it in a book. We were listening for sounds. And one of the things that's really important about this word, this is one, you know how sometimes when you write a word, there are letters in the word that you don't hear? Like here, because. Do we hear all of those letters in there?
No.
We just hear the A, we don't really hear the U there. Because. Do we hear the E at the end?
No.
No. And what a writer has to do is they first listen for their sounds like you did, and they think about all the things that they have that are working. So look right here. See, there's a C. If you wrote it this way, look, you have the C, you have a U. This word doesn't have a Z in it, but it sounds like a Z, doesn't it? The S is making that Z sound. So look at all these things that you knew, that you got right. Here's a C and a U and an S, a C, a U, and an S. Here's the B part. Look at this. This writer got the B part. This writer got the B part. And look, they have the C and the U, and they have the C and the S. One of the things that a writer has to do after they write the word is they have to think, does that look right? Because we have to make sure that it looks like when we've seen that word before. And look at this, because, let's count how many letters because has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of.
That's how many letters in my name.
Yeah, that's a longer word, isn't it? So, do you think if we write C-U-Z, is it a long enough word? Doesn't look right, does it? See how long this word is? So we have to think, is it a longer word? And you have to get used to thinking, does it look right? You have to ask yourself that. You have to check it and think, does it look right? I think we should put that word on your word wall. What do you think? That way you can check it when you write it? Yeah, so we'll put that word on your word wall. All right, so here's what I'm going to have you do. We're going to go back to our seats and we're going to look at our writing again because some of you told me that you weren't finished and you wanted to add more to your writing. So you'll be able to go back. If you wrote the word because one of these ways and you thought about how it sounds, now you can check it and think, how does it look? Does it look right? And you can fix that up in your writing. So you can check it and say, does it look right? Okay? And then if you didn't use the word because and you want to write some more in your writing, you might use it in your writing and then you can check it and make sure that it looks right. Okay?
Oh, we can't draw anymore?
Yeah, you can draw some more as well.